I'm Fight, and today I want to talk about the first week of my 20-second block, the first one I programmed for myself. So, um, I changed out the priorities of my block. If you want to know a little bit more of what I'm doing in my off season, you can look at my last video where I go over kind of planning that. Um, but the short of it is that I'm going for skills and general hypertrophy, and I selected some of my favorite big compound movements to help me build some mass. Now, for this first week, it was mostly about getting back into the movements, so none of my top sets were heavy at all. You can see, like, this is 47.5 or 4 on the overhead press, and by how it moves, I mean, that was extremely easy. I'm shooting for RPE 6 on all of my top sets. And that's just because I haven't overhead pressed, deep squatted, conventionally deadlifted, or overhand pull-up in a long time, so I'm just getting back into it. On the bigger, on the longer sets, the 8-rep sets, the hypertrophy sets, I'm going a little closer to failure just because that makes more sense. But there too, I'm keeping it very simple. Gironda pull-ups felt weird. You can see I'm not arching so much as really rowing, so I'll have to figure that out. On the squat, I'm still fighting my adductor, so I'm going very, very light. As you can see, that's 90 kilograms for 4, it's nothing. And I feel mostly fine, but every once in a while I feel a weird sensation, and so I'm not going heavy at all at the moment, just kind of trying to get back into it. And also, I mean, this is for me really deep, not necessarily all of these reps, but in the top set, I think you saw that. And my shins, or not my shins, my calves, and my hamstrings connect really well here. And I think I could go a little bit deeper still, but I want to also increase that over time, just slowly. So for now, I'm doing like reasonably deep squats and going a little bit deeper than as time goes on. I got a really big pump from RDLs this time, even though it was a set of 10, so I did sets of 8 with a little bit more weight and during prep, but these sets of 10 really fried me. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of neat how sometimes you just have to add a little bit of reps or change the ranges up a little bit, not even change the movement, and already the movement feels fresh. I'll have to work on my handstand as well, and the line in my front lever. It's not so much that it feels hard, the front lever, not really at all, but kind of just the movement itself feels a little bit off. For the pull-ups too, I mean, this is an easy set, not quite as easy as I would have hoped, but it is pretty easy. But you see that this first top set, I was kind of moving in a weird fashion. The top part, I was not really doing well. So here, I'm going for a better movement. And in day 3 and 4, it gets really apparent that I seem to hate myself, because after this, after supersetting pull-ups and this incline bench, I do a 5-minute drill, which is 50 pull-ups and 100 push-ups as fast as possible. And it takes me like 9.5 minutes, or it took me 9.5 minutes. For one, because it's really hard for me right now, but also because I already have done weighted pull-ups by then. So I'm doing that to kind of increase my work volume, and then on day 3 or day 4 as well, I mean, I'm doing a lot of deadlifts. I think 3s and 7s feels like a lot for me right now, and then I do the front squats, and then I do my assistance work. So that too feels really rough, but it's good for me. It's just good for me. So I really shouldn't complain about it. Um, for the assistance work, interestingly, I can't really leg press. I was planning on leg pressing, but that is the only movement where I really feel my adductor from the start. So I'll have to figure out something else instead, a replacement. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do with that yet. Um, I also have to figure out kind of what to do with the front squats because 60 kilos is just way too light even for tens. Um, but I kind of the main thing is for the tens, the bar feels weird, like it kind of chokes me out. And then 70 is just grueling, and 65 was kind of doable. So I did my 10 for 60, and I was like, I mean, my form breaks down a little bit, but it is very simple or very easy. And then for the 70 kilos, I mean, I felt like shit after rep 3, so I'll have to figure out, where my middle ground is right there. And it's not even that pushing is hard. You can see it moves kind of fine, but I just feel not super doing that. So maybe it's just a matter of getting back into the movement and getting some proficiency because I haven't really front squatted all that much in my life. Um, yeah, I'm also getting back into bouldering. I think this is the first bouldering video that I'm putting on this channel, and I don't think I'm gonna film it all that much. Um, but I was really happy with that climb, just because it has this sick move here, this pull push move. That was a lot of fun to figure out. Um, it doesn't look all that exciting on the video, maybe, but it was really cool to figure out the body positions that were required here to get through that. So that's all I have. Thank you so much, and see you around.